Alright, you guys, welcome to the video. It's me, Ciara, aka Ciara in the bonus, and we are here live on Twitch. Make sure you guys drop a follow to the Twitch to pull it to the live stream and be a part of the conversation. So as y'all may or may not know, first of all, I gotta say thank you to my fellow Kendrick Lamar fans for all the support. I greatly appreciate y'all. We are going down the Kendrick Lamar rabbit hole. I have an entire playlist of Kendrick Lamar reactions, things that I haven't heard growing up. A little context, I have been a Kendrick Lamar fan since I was a little youngin', you know what I'm saying? I listened to my first album was probably To Pimp a Butterfly. Even though I'd heard Kendrick's singles before that, I heard him on the radio, and then I listened to the album, changed my life, changed my whole perspective. And I was only like 13 or 14, somewhere around there at the time that album came out. And then I went back and listened to Good Kid, Mad City. Then obviously Untitled Unmastered came out, then Damn came out, then Mr. Morale. So what I'm gonna do, since I was so young when those projects came out, I actually want to re-listen to them with adult ears. And I have been going back and listening to some of Kendrick's old music, to some of the older albums. So I have released the album review / reaction for Overly Dedicated. I listened to that for the first time the other month. Y'all can check that one out. I did listen to Section 80. I have to upload that one. I actually checked that one out a year ago, but I never uploaded it, although I do have some of the individual songs posted. Right, so I'm gonna do the same thing for Overly Dedicated. So I have the album out, but I'll release some of the songs, and same thing for all the other albums. So I'm gonna re-listen to Good Kid, Mad City. I'm actually probably gonna do that today. So if you're watching this on YouTube now, I am still gonna be live by the time this is posted between today and tomorrow. We're doing a 48-hour stream, so come through, let me know you're from YouTube, and let me know what other songs you want to see, anything like that. Y'all are free to do that. So if you want to follow along with the journey of me re-listening to Kendrick's music, or checking out the new music, because I am going to be reacting to the Kendrick Lamar EP in full, which this song Faith is from that. We're also going to be checking out the one before that, which I believe is called Minor of the Year. And then he has another one that someone told me about. Y'all let me know in the comments. There's multiple Kendrick albums. There's one from 2003. There's one from 2005. And I believe there might be one from around 2007 or 8. So we're going to check out all of Kendrick's music that I haven't heard. And y'all give me some more deep cuts in the comments, or come to the stream and let me know what else I should check out. Y'all have been giving me a bunch of deep cuts, and we're really going through all of them. We just reacted to Really Doe. We reacted to some other ones, and y'all let me know what to check out. But I said that to say, let's go ahead and get into it. I got the lyrics pulled up. Y'all know we do in-depth analysis. We don't just emote over here. You know, we actually analyze the lyrics and all that. So if you appreciate it, make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and sub. Let's go ahead and get into it. Kendrick Lamar Faith from the Kendrick Lamar EP. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I don't just emote. I don't emote react. We do real analysis over here. No shade. Okay. I like this production. I'm not gonna lie. This is my type of vibe. Like, one thing about Kendrick, I feel like his production, the sounds. Yeah, we don't just you know, we don't just do that over here. We do actual like analysis of the music. You know, rap, hip hop deserves to be broken down with the nuance and complexity that it deserves. Like, people who focus on the rhymes and stuff, oh my god, like, it's like, okay, there's rhymes, but there's a lot of stuff in between that I feel like doesn't get pointed out. So I like to point those things out. If you check out my other Kendrick reactions, you're gonna see the exact same thing. Well, every song reaction, I do the same thing. Doesn't matter if it's a artist like Laserdam or it's an artist like Kendrick and J. Cole. Everybody gets the same in-depth analysis over here. So let me know what y'all want me to check out. But I just love the production, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the production, it's like, it says a lot about the I would say the influence of the artist, the era that they come from. It says a lot about just the type of person they are, because the production represents the artist, right? It's the lyrics, right? What they write, their delivery skill, all that. But the production, if the production doesn't add up, it doesn't matter. If the production's bad, it doesn't matter. And I feel like Kendrick's production has always been a little, what's the word? Do we call it soulful? Do we call it, I don't know. Y'all let me know, how would you describe the production that Kendrick has? Some of it's unorthodox, right? Like To Pimp a Butterfly, I think that was very out there to do like a strongly jazz influenced album. Although jazz and hip hop do go hand in hand, it's not something we hear a lot from mainstream artists. And there's a lot of other songs where the production has been very experimental with Kendrick. So I want to say, like, some artists do like safe production, and Kendrick, I feel like he's been all over the spectrum with it, which is why I love it. Like, even look at a beat like the Hillbillies with him and Baby King. That beat was so like different. Like, I don't know how to describe that. It was like borderline house. It kind of reminded me of Sticky by Drake, but then a little more wonky. Like, Kendrick is notorious for doing stuff like that, but he is able to find pockets and flows and cadences and all that within all of it. And I think that's where his musicality starts to show. The diversity and the type of the beats he can get on, that's where Kendrick's musicality is. And I say this every time I react to Kendrick. There's rappers, right? And then there's rappers who are musicians. You could say there's a spectrum. Musicians, rappers, and then you might find someone that's in between, right? I always say with rap, it's very common to find a rapper that has a high skill level with rap, but their musicality is like here, like here. Then there's some where their musicality is higher and then their rapping is here. So let's just say, to give an example, I would say Kanye is an example where his rapping is here and his musicality is like way up here. You could argue about this because I think he's good at making choruses and hooks and stuff, but I would say maybe Eminem could be a rapper where you could say his rapping abilities here and the musicality could be here. Or you could argue it's a little closer than that, but just to illustrate the point, it's not to get in the weeds to the specifics. But Kendrick is one of the very few rappers where I feel like his musicality and his rapping ability are pretty close. Like, I think it's a rare combination, and it comes out in the way he's able to express himself, the different voices he used, the tones, the vocal inflections, the I don't know how, but he like makes cinema through music. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like his music and his writing can be very cinematic. And he uses the full range of his voice and writing ability to illustrate that. Like, I always say, We Cry Together is like, to me, one of Kendrick's most creative songs. Like, it's not about the rhymes or all that. It's about the picture he's painting just from you listening. Before he put the video out, I'm already visualizing what's going on. And to me, that's one of the most, one of the songs that demonstrate his skill level and the evolution in his ability to paint a picture and to communicate an idea using rap in a way that's kind of like not so obvious. I feel like Eminem has some songs like that too, but like, y'all get the point I'm making. Let me stop yapping. I'm gonna listen to the song, but it's like every time I listen to Kendrick, it's like I can't not mention these things. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to him and his artistry to not mention all this stuff. So if you appreciate that, let me know, because like I'm not gonna sacrifice my actual opinions and hold back and try to shorten my reaction just to appease the algorithm, because I know there's people out there that actually appreciate analysis, that want to talk. I talk about this stuff so we can start a conversation, because I want to hear what y'all think. I want to find other people that can think on the same wavelength. So if that means it's a longer grind for me, and it takes longer for people to discover me, I don't care. I'd rather do that than have to sit here and just, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, he rhymed time with dime. Like, oh my god. Like, no, I'm not gonna water myself down to do that, because this is my genuine reaction and opinion to the music. Yes, I've only listened to 13 seconds, but that 13 seconds has sparked all these thoughts, and that's how I do myself. So if you appreciate it, leave a like and comment, subscribe, come through to the Twitch stream. The link's pinned in the comments in the description. Hold on, let's go back. I take a sip of Hennessy and then get pissy drunk. I ain't a drinker, I'm a thinker. Call it what you want. Okay, so this 2009. All right. 2009. Wait. 2009? I thought Overly Dedicated came out in 2009. Oh, no, that was 2010. Okay, so this is probably from 2008, 2009 time period. You just sound so polished.
I found myself losing focus at a Sunday service. Embarrassed, so I start questioning God, what is my purpose? He say to live the way he did, that's all he want from me. Spread the word and witness, he rose on the first Sunday. I said, alright, enthused that my Lord gave a listen. I opened my Bible and searched to be a better Christian. And this from a person that never believed in religion. But shit, my life is so fucked up, man, I can't help but give in. I'm giving testimonies to strangers I never met. Hopped on the pulpit and told them how I was truly blessed. Felt like I'm free from all my sins when the service was over. Walked out the church, then got a call that my homie was murdered. And lost my faith again.
That's deep. That's deep. See, like, I don't know how, but it's like certain artists, the way that they rhyme and tell stories, it just immediately, you visualize it, right? Like, I feel like there's some rappers who they rap just to rhyme, right? They're not good at storytelling or painting pictures, right? Like, to me, rapping or being a poet is about how creative can you get with communicating idea? How can you communicate an idea without being so on the nose and direct about it, right? So like that already, I feel like I can understand that experience. I could, even if I didn't experience what he did, I can relate to parts of it. But even if I didn't, I feel like if I was just an outsider and didn't experience that like lifestyle or upbringing, hearing how he's like kind of going through the motions of, okay, I'm trying to figure out what's my purpose. God says to live like me. Okay, he talking about Christianity most likely. Spread the word and witness. He was so deep into it that he's doing testimonies to random people. That's very common, especially in the Black community. Like, it's a type of vibe where it was a lady on my street that she would have a megaphone and she'd have her Bible on the street every single day, and she'd be shouting through the megaphone on the sidewalk, chanting verses and prayers to people and all that, right? So it's like that immediately I can connect on that front, right? Or you being so in a religion that you want to just tell other people about God, like that's already relatable. Then he said, hop on the pulpit, told him how it's truly blessed. You know, to me that makes me think of like, you know, when you go to the altar and you know you pray, you get prayed for, you go to give thanks or whatever type thing. Then he said he walked out of church feeling like he freed his sins, especially in a Black church, the way that music is, the way that the service goes, like the vibrations that you feel from the praise dances, from the praise songs, from the pastor, the passion in every way. So you do walk around feeling like uplifted out of there. So I can relate to that. Then he's saying, walked out the church, then got a call that my homie was murdered, then lost my faith again. I feel like that's something a lot of people, especially in urban areas or poor areas, not just here, but around the world, can probably relate to, like trying to have faith in God, trying to believe in something, trying to believe that there's justice or things are right, or there's a God, there's right from wrong, and then experiencing something that tests your faith, right? Because it's one thing to have faith when everything's good, but it's another to have faith when things are bad, or when it's not going a way you want, or you're asking God, why does it have to be like this? It don't make sense. Those are the things that test your faith, right? It's usually not something that's just like random, right? It's usually something that means something to you, someone that means something to you that makes you question it. So it's like, I can definitely relate to that. And I mean, y'all let me know if y'all can relate to it too. I feel like all of our faith has been tested, but living in an area where there's a lot of crime, where there's a lot of murder, you run up seeing people dying all the time, it definitely does make you question a lot of stuff. But BJ Chicago Kid though, he's been around way longer than I realized. I just recently heard of him. I think it was a collab with JID. Shout out to the Jet fans out there. I don't know if y'all here, but I am like the #1 Jet fan. I first heard him on a song with Jid, and he's extremely talented. So I gotta give Miss Tens for being out here for a minute, because I just recently heard of him within the past like 5 years. So respect, because the artists out there that make music be doing this shit for a long time without getting paid, and I gotta respect it, bro, because I didn't even know he had collabs with Kendrick. Like, that's crazy. Oh, you're good, Tom. We are currently reacting to Faith by Kendrick Lamar. I'm just yapping away. You know how this go. Dang, these vocals sound good.
children are foe. Hennets and bastards, cause Papa they don't know. Her day consists of working back and forth with babysitters. Can't find no one to watch her kids, so she pay her sister. Her baby daddy ain't bout shit, that nigga ain't bout shit. Spit this daughter milk just to cop a new outfit. She pray to God every night, hoping that he'll mature. And maybe one day his kid's something that he'll live for. Baby wanna go back to school, but she needs some help. Because it's hard trying to pay the bills when you're by yourself. She thought about credit card scams till she heard a voice that said the devil is a lie, make a better choice. So it's back to McDonald's and every month dealing with them crazy ass people at the county building. Look to the heavens and ask them to make a better way. They got a letter in the mail, lost her Section 8, then lost her...
Okay, see that's what I'm talking about when I say like the writing, the skill level is like, okay, yes, you could just rhyme, right? You could just make stuff rhyme if you want to focus on that, but it's like so much deeper than just rhyming. It's about the storytelling, right? If you're not from this type of environment, you might not understand the nuances of these type of stories. Like, okay, on the outside looking in, you're like, oh yeah, this person's a scammer. Oh yeah, this person's a deadbeat. Oh yeah, this person made a bad decision, had a baby with somebody that isn't mature, right? But it's like he's making it more personalized. He's making it more like, I feel, accessible. He might not necessarily be talking about his story, right? But he's illustrating a lot of different scenarios, kind of giving a little context to some of the stuff, right? Like even a girl thinking about scamming, right? How sometimes the only thing that's keeping a person from doing something like bad morally is God, right? Or a voice, you know, so to speak, the spirit telling them, oh, don't do this, right? Right? If religion wasn't a factor, people would probably be doing a lot more crazy stuff. But it's like her faith is what had her not scammed. You know, she realized this dude ain't shit, but she hoping that he mature, right? That's very common, especially if someone's like having kids young. You know, a person being immature could have them just walk out on their family, right? The other part, hold on, there was one more thing I want to say. Okay, so then they said, and so it's back to McDonald's and every month dealing with the crazy ass people at county billing. Look to the heavens and ask him to make a better way, right? Sometimes people, especially black people, do a lot. Pray to God and really have faith in things being better while you kind of going through a system that's intentionally broken, right? This system in this country is intentionally broken for there to be people at the bottom, right? And then it's like you're fighting an uphill battle, you know, going from one class to the next is not a very high probability thing. I mean, if you look at the statistics, it's not something that's going to happen very often. And even if you do make it out your socioeconomic class and go up, the statistics say that your family generations after you is going to be right back to that class you started from within 1 to 2 generations. So it's really not set up for people to succeed, right? People can, on the outside looking in, might not understand the nuances of the people's experiences and could just cast them off as, oh, you're just lazy. Oh, why don't you just go to school? Why don't you just do this, just do that? There's so many other circumstances that you might not understand or empathize with if you're not growing up in this type of environment. And I feel like that's one of the most powerful things that Kendrick and a lot of other artists have done. But it's like the way that he goes about it, I feel like it's in so much more depth, and this is where the musicality I feel comes in, because you can have the same message, but if it doesn't sound good, right, you're not going to reach as many people. But that's why I say, like, yes, his rapping in lyrical ability is like great, but it's like there's a lot of people with great lyrical ability, but does that mean like they're making songs that people want to listen to? Does it sound good? Is it something someone wants to come back to, or something someone remembers? I talked about this in another reaction that I did for Kendrick. Y'all check out the playlist, by the way, where I talked about like Lupe Fiasco, because he's been on some weird like hating stuff with Kendrick. Look, if you come to the stream, we can talk about it. We've talked about it over here, but it's like Lupe, and I'm saying I don't know his whole discography. I'm still gonna go through his discography, but just off of what I heard, he's a S-tier lyricist. Can go very in depth in topics, can go where a lot of other artists might be scared to go in terms of the things that he talks about, right? You can't deny his lyricism or skill level, but what I can say is the difference between him and Kendrick. Remember how I told y'all there's some artists where their rapping ability is up here and their musicality is down here, and then you get the rare artists where the musicality and their rapping and musicality is right at the same level. That to me is the difference, because it's like Kendrick not only has the rapping and lyrical ability, you could even argue that Lupe's better lyrically than Kendrick. You can argue that. I feel like that could be a good debate. Like, if you want to get into the weeds of the technicality and all that, Lupe will probably say he's better, but he doesn't have that to me same high level of musicality to where he can make a song that's in depth, all that in so many different styles and in a way that multiple people want to hear and will repeat over and over again, right? It's a combination of things. It's not just the lyrics. And I feel like some people feel like if your subject matter or lyrics are better, or like you're technically better, you should be superior to someone else that can like make a better song. And I don't think it is. I think, to me, the people who are able to balance it are the ones who are maybe more successful, because you could argue that Lupe might have gone more in depth on certain topics than Kendrick has, but was he able to make it a better song? Like, to me, you want your message to stick with people. If you want the message to stick, you kind of need to make it a good song sonically and make it simple and not too complicated. It's a very hard balance, which is why I have a lot of respect for both Lupe and Kendrick. It's an art to it, right? It's an art, not a science. Some people approach it like a science and they're like, well, technically this, but it's like, that's not the full story, right? It's art. Rap, hip hop, it's an art. It's not a science. And, you know, I think it shouldn't be simplified just to rhyme schemes and double entendres, triple entendres, and it's so much more than that, you know? Tom said BJ Chicago was one of Schoolboy Q's. Oh, wait. Really? That was him? Me and Bessie were just talking about that, how I didn't realize that song was Schoolboy Q, because I always remember the singing part. So wow, that was BJ Chicago Kid. I had no idea that was him. See, it be stuff like that where you hear the artist and you don't know their name, but you know the song. Yo, what's good, Dab? How you doing, gang? Welcome on in. We're just doing a little reaction right now. How you feeling? Okay. And I feel like Kendrick has been so good at like picking artists to feature. Like, yeah, always. And I feel like we're getting away from like having vocalists and singers on the choruses of songs. Like, we're getting more rappers that are trying to do the singing themselves, which I think is cool sometimes, but it's like sometimes you just need to go out, you know, hire out, get the talent to come in, because it'll tie it together better. Who's this? Oh, this is Punch? Wait. Punch. TDE Punch. Oh, Bestie cannot stand Punch. Oh my god. She cannot stand him. Like, this is the manager Punch on the song.
I had dreams of holding a 9mm, the race killer. Hack some wires, my eyes fill up. Each day it gets more realer. Orangutans bang like gorillas. The jungle when the niggas in soup. The rats lurk.
Wait. Like Punch. Hold on, let me scroll. Punch? Like Punch. President of TD. What? Punch rap? Okay, Punch. All right. Why you going kind of crazy though? With the ideal of caressing the steel to make karma come faster than she normally will. It's ill to see my fate try and leave me. It's so hard to get rid of it. It's easy. I'm trying to reach cloud 9. That's what my niggas bout. But it never rained in California. Let some pistols out. Until then, my feet planted on the ground. Shadow boxing my conscience till my fate start responding. And if I get no answer, just know I tried. I should have never looked into a son's eyes. Rayshawn, boy. What am I gonna do? Gotta have faith. Life is too much. I'm just where is the old faith? All you need is the size of a
whenever times is hard. Your mind slipping, wondering is there really a God? Knowing you shouldn't think that way and try to freeze your brain. But whenever it's pain, that feeling forever remains.
I'm not gonna lie. Who is this flow reminding me of? In a way, I want to say it's a little Outkast-esque. That might be it. It's the delivery. I might be tripping, but like this is why I like listening to the older music, because then you can like hear the influences of the artist a little more. You know, like in earlier music, you hear the influences on the artist's sleeve a little more, and it's usually like the longer the artist's career goes on, you hear them carve out their own sound. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Like some people are like, oh, this artist, oh, you're trying to say they're copying that. It's like, bro, art is derivative, hip hop is derivative. Everyone's influenced by everybody to some extent. It just depends on what combination of people you were influenced by. It's gonna show in the sound. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't look at it as a negative thing, FYI.
Believe what we can see, but whenever it's pain, that feeling forever remains. We can't believe what we can see, and reality seems stronger than prayer. Cause you tried to change your life, and now you live in a wheelchair. And your son was born with cancer, and he live in urgent care at the tender age of 12. And you feel that no one cares, searching for answers. That's human nature. You ain't in the wrong. Just know when you feeling that way, his spirit's in the room. I watch people I know pray and catch the Holy Ghost, and wonder why I ain't never caught that feeling before. Maybe they know I'm better, or I don't know no better. But what I do know is that he's real and he lives forever. So the next time you feel like your world's about to end, I hope you study, because he's testing your faith again.
Yeah, that's another scenario, right? So I'm over here, I'm still processing what he's saying. So he said, okay, I'm not gonna lie, y'all just kind of remind me of J. Cole. Like, not like, I don't know. It's something about it that kind of just reminds me of J. Cole. I can't quite, it could be the delivery a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But like, it definitely gives me the same vibe as like a J. Cole song. I think it's the way that he's going about it, right? You know, it did that opening line in this verse right here. This from my people that's stressing whenever times is hard. That just sounds like something J. Cole would say, right? Your mind slipping, wondering, is there really a God? Like that just sounds so J. Cole coded, right? And I'm listening to this or rereading this scenario that he gave here, where he's talking about we can't believe what we can't see, and reality seems stronger than prayer. Because now you tried to change your life, and now you live in a wheelchair. And your son was born with cancer, and he live in urgent care. Like the health is definitely a thing that tests your faith. Especially with kids too. I feel like kids, something happening to a kid especially like makes people question things, because you know a lot of people's minds, kids are innocent, so it's like if something bad happens to a kid, it's like, hold on now, you can't blame this on sin, you can't blame this on you know, them being like a bad person like most of the time. So it's like if something bad can happen to a kid, then what's the reason? Because you know in a lot of people's minds, bad things happens as like punishment and stuff like that. That's a very common belief. I know everyone doesn't believe that, but that's kind of what it makes me think of when he says this. And then he said, just know when you feeling that way, his spirit's in the room. I watch people I know pray and catch the Holy Ghost and wonder why I never caught that feeling before. I can 100% relate to that. Like being in church, telling y'all the black church is a very unique experience. Being in church and seeing people like, you know, they playing their music and people start speaking in tongues and they like they body taken over by the Holy Ghost. You do be sitting there wondering like, dang, like how I don't be feeling that. Like they be, you know, it be taking over. And you like, well, dang, what is there something wrong with me? Like, do I have a bad relationship with God? Like, how they feel so connected and I don't? Like, so I definitely can like resonate. And I feel like that's one of the most powerful things in Kendrick's music is like how he's able to give all these different scenarios and examples that makes people feel seen. Feeling seen or having your experience reflected, especially in music, is such a powerful thing. Now, I think there's like, what, 20 more seconds left, 15 seconds left?
I'd rather not live like there isn't a God than die and find out there really is. Think about it.
Right. I'm telling you, man, it's so relatable. So I'd rather not live like there isn't a God than die and find out there is. So another way you can say that is I want to live like there is a God. Even if my faith is tested, I'd rather live like there is a God and follow what he does, or try to live in his wishes and everything, than die and find out. That's the thing that keeps a lot of people in religion, is like, okay, well, I don't know if I believe this, but I was taught it and it kind of makes sense, and I think this is a good way to have your life guided by. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to die, and I don't want to not follow the religion or not follow God and then find out there isn't and then get punished. Like, a lot of people, they are in religion out of fear of like punishment and stuff. And I do think that's an interesting conversation. Like, y'all can let me know what y'all think about in the comments. I personally, I'm cool with talking about religion, politics, all that. Like, I'm not sensitive like that. So y'all could definitely share your 2 cents on that. But like, personally, I find it interesting that really a lot of people are driven by fear with religion rather than genuinely believing in the principles or values that's taught by it. Like, people are doing things or not doing things out of fear of punishment or the wrath of God rather than truly being compelled by what they believe. I do find that as an interesting concept. No judgment to anybody that feels that, but it's like, if you've been in religion, you kind of understand that thing, because it's like, you're not doing something, you're not avoiding something because you genuinely believe it's wrong. A lot of times you're doing it because God said it's bad, and you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be judged by other people, you don't want to be judged by God for it. I do feel like there could be some pitfalls to kind of navigating it that way. But I mean, it's an interesting conversation. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I love this song. I love the production. I love Kendrick's flow. I gotta listen to some more. What other song should I check out from the Kendrick Lamar EP? I'm gonna check out one more song from it. I did check out She Needs Me, the first part. I checked out Faith. There might be another one, but I want to check out 3 from this project and maybe 3 from there was another project he had. It was either Minor of the Year or Kendrick Lamar mixtape or something. Y'all let me know. Give me some more recommendations in the comments. Drop by the stream. The link is pinned in the chat. It's pinned in the comments in the description. Y'all can join the Discord to be a part of the community, and y'all can give me requests for stuff in there and contact me directly and kind of intermingle with the community, and you'll get notified when I go live. But that's it for me, you guys. Let me know what else y'all want me to check out. I appreciate y'all, and until next time, y'all, we are out.